Welcome back, video creeps. Been a little bit since I dropped a little something on the channel, I know. And in that time, we got the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which has people split. And I'm not gonna lie, even when I was watching it, I was like, man, how do I feel? What's the inside stuff going on? So I've already watched it, but I decided that I'm gonna watch it again. And this time I'm gonna watch it with you guys. And as the movie goes on, I'm just gonna share what was going on in my head before I make a decision on how I really feel about the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So let's do the intro and fucking get into this. I will say, like, the look feels like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, so there's definitely that right off the bat. And then giving us the backstory with what happens in 1973, that's fucking great. All right, so, like, right with this opening, it is cool to see, like, you know, a forensic case file against what happened back in 1973. Like, I do like that. When I went through my first walkthrough with this and I watched this with Rachel, I thought, like, that was 1000% gonna be our final girl. Like, no shadow of a doubt. I'm gonna try and not be spoily and, like, talk ahead too much. It will happen, but, like, I'm really gonna do the experience with you guys. What's super funny about this, like, the other sister, because they're siblings, like, fucking, she just looks like the lead singer of Greta Van Fleet to me. Like, I can't help it. She's like the long-lost sister for that band. Though, God knows they don't need it. Josh has the range. Can we just talk about how this guy, like, he's like set up to be like this country dude, but he's like just blasting metal. Like, I don't even know what band that was. But man, like, I did not, like, I immediately thought that this guy was going to be a Sawyer, like, the whole movie through. I guess a little bummer for me would be that I don't love these characters, like, right off the bat. I do like the more timid girl, the one in the jean jacket. I thought she was cool. And I do grow to like Greta Van Fleet girl, but like fucking right off the bat, I didn't connect with these four people, especially not this guy and his girlfriend, the blonde. So I did see people talking about how they didn't like the location of where this whole thing went down. I did. I mean, it's been 40 years since the events of the last one, right? So we can't expect him to be in the same house. People just wanted to see Leatherface in the house, but for anyone who hasn't seen the post-credit scene, I think that you should, and that'll, you know, satiate that need for you. Like, doesn't this motherfucker seem suspicious? Because, like, it would make sense that fucking Leatherface would have some, like, remnants of family in, like, even here in Harlow. Like, fucking, what is up with this? Like, fucking, we don't know how, like, fucking Leatherface got here or what happened to his other family. Like, he had a whole family in the first one. Now, we could say that they're all dead, but the brother wasn't that much older than him, was he? Or younger than him? Like, the fucking crazy one that, like, just watched cows die and shit. Cool little shot there. You can actually see Leatherface sitting in the corner if you go back on that scene right there. He's just dormant. And now he's not sitting there anymore, but that's where he was. And he's in like a little bone chair too. Like, that was his shit. He kept this furniture from the old house, apparently. Even though he was like a fucking adult. Like, fucking, what was he doing in a children's orphanage? Again, like, I wish we had more of the backstory of how, like, what happened in those 40 years. We don't know. Also, I thought for sure that this chick was Sally, like, when I first saw her. And from what we heard, I thought the orphanage person that was taking care of Leatherface was going to be black. I wonder why that didn't pan out. Then again, I guess you can't judge. This woman could be black. If she told me, I would have to believe her, right? Such a sweet woman, too. You can tell she's kind. Sheriff's got there fucking fast, real fast. They ain't doing shit in this small town. And again, like, we always get that empathy from Leatherface. We always get glimpses of that. If Leatherface loves you, if he's like, you know, if he's in your pocket, like, that's it. He's got your back. He's not giving a fuck about bloodlust and taking these people out right now. He just wants to make sure the old bitch is all right. I wish we saw a little bit more of, like, the love between, like, you know, this couple here. Like, sure, they're gonna, they're gonna get married and like she's an angel and shit, but like, I didn't feel the weight of their love and shit for me to be like, oh, despair, they won't be together anymore. Which I can't say for the sisters. I feel like there is like sibling love between those two, so that's good. This woman I liked a lot. Like, I was really rooting. Like, if it wasn't the original girl that I thought was going to be our final girl, for some reason I thought it was going to be this woman right here. Can we get a black final girl? Fucking shit. I did not understand that line until I fucking, until you see what's in the room and shit. I'd completely forgotten about it until just watching it right now and shit. But now knowing what's in her room and like when he goes and tears down that wall, like that was cool. That was cool. Poor Leatherface. Just all he wants is the one person that he's had. Looking wild. Don't touch that motherfucker. Here it comes. Do it. Yeah! So good. And then just stab through the fucking neck. Yep. That was good. When I first saw that, I was really... I felt that. I was like, ooh, are all the kills going to be like this? And then, yep, getting shot through the neck. Yep. Also, I think that fucking crash right there should have fucking killed that bitch right off top. Like, there's no way with the fucking, like, the way that it hit that fucking shit. Ugh. Whiplash, break your fucking neck or something. That feels right. Now, I guess I'm still kind of confused about the been shot at thing. Like, so this is like a school shooting situation, huh? I don't think I pieced that together. I think I like vaguely did, but I didn't really, put it together like that. People don't talk about this scene enough, but I actually really thought this scene was a lot of fun. Just Leatherface cutting off that face in the background, her like saying, like, can you imagine being the dude in the fucking gas station, like getting this on your radio? Whack as fuck. There he goes, fruit roll up face. Very, very good. It's like sick, but also like kind of sweet, He's doing this in her honor. Also, what's nice about this movie is, seeing where Leatherface stands with, like, gentrification and shit. I like when our horror villains, like, take a stance, Like, we know Chucky's down with gay people and the LGBT, like, fucking, that's great. Now, something that I wish was reversed in this is the way that he takes her out and the way that he takes out this dude, I kind of wish was reversed. Like, I wish he stabbed this other cop that was, in the fucking driver's seat. I wish he got stabbed, and then he came over to the side and with that gas tank, like, fucking just bashed her face in. And I do think that she could have gotten out of this. Like, if she just fucking just played dead a little longer, she could have gotten out of this. She really could have. Like, she just fucking... And look at animals, like possums and shit. Like, they'll play dead for, like, a day. She barely waited 15 minutes, like, to when she got... Like, look at her. She's undoing her seatbelt and shit. If that was me, I'm in it for the long haul. Like, I'm putting on the performance of a lifetime. And there he goes. Getting it done. Choking her out. And... you're not gonna win. Like, it's fucking slow stab. Something to be said is, like, how the fuck did Leatherface know exactly where to go from that fucking field? Like, he seems like he's been in solitude, like, in that house. Like, I have no idea how he found his bearings. Also, I did not realize that fucking the girl who plays Lila is the same girl from fucking Castle Rock and that movie that Bo Burnham made a couple years ago, 8th grade. That's fucking her. I will say, like, just fucking early for me, she is the biggest problem with this movie for me. It's hard to bring back a legacy character, but it not be the original actress who does it. What's especially sad about it is that, like, Caroline Williams, she's still, like, doing the Texas Chainsaw, like, circuit and shit at fucking Comic-Cons and shit. And I do think that she was a stronger final girl than Sally Hardesty, so it would have been cool to see her come back instead. And I'm sure she would have done it as well, so it's kind of rough. Especially with the whole, like, fucking Sally is just... I mean, you're not Laurie Strode. Everyone knows it. I think as we were all watching it collectively, we were like, well, why are you, be yourself, you know? Be yourself. Be yourself. Yeah, again, more problems that could have been if they just asked the woman, like, hey, do you have the deed that you could show us? That way we're, you know, everything's on the up and up. Like, just very avoidable shit could have went down in this movie. But I will say, like, even on the second viewing while I'm watching it, I'm still engaged and I'm still enjoying this movie. So I'm already kind of falling on the side of, like, I fucking liked it. And I know from this point forward, the movie only kind of goes up in enjoyability for me. So, I mean, I'm still going to comment on certain things and shit, but, like, ultimately, like, I do like this movie. Like, I don't know what to say. Oh, yeah, this scene is wonderful. Just the swinging door, and then just different action shots. Boom. Done. I remember when I first watched this, I was pretty upset about that scene just because I wanted to see more. Especially when it's like we have such a small like cast, just the main four. You want to see them all go out quickly. We eventually see that, like, you know, fucking... He comes back. He is alive still. Barely, but still, we see him again. So it was setting up for a stinger, but initially that like bugged me. Rachel pointed out to me, she was like, why is it always fucking like these kind of like closets where you can kind of see through a little bit? It's like panel closets and shit. It's never a solid. I've never owned a panel closet in my life. Yet every horror movie has these available. I will say this little chick, like she was fucking crafty. She figured it out. You're supposed to stay out of the room, dude. You don't listen, man. This is your problem. I know you're all fucked up, but maybe try and leave the house a little quieter. You know, he's like gasping and like swinging open doors and shit. Like, if what happened to him happened to me, I'd be on my best, quietest behavior. Great makeup. Great makeup on his face there. Just the fucking... He looks like Venom. Pool of blood. I just want you to know you're gonna stain that floor. I'm not gonna front. I was a little worried. I was a little worried that he was just going to grab it and then, like, rip that thing and then it was going to go on. Like, fucking, there's no way that there's still gas in that thing. After 40, like, gas evaporates after, what, like a year or something? Like, dormant gas. So, there's still that, but there's other shit. Like, I'm not a fucking chainsaw, like, expert or anything, but, like, I can't imagine that it would work all the same. This was a fun scene. I really like this, that she just fucking just, with her foot, just kind of delicately helped him out. Smart. Homie's about to get wrecked. Do it. Do it. And I hate leg shit, but, like, I hate it. I hate seeing leg shit. I hate it. I fucking, when I was a teenager, I fucked up my kneecap, like, in a mosh pit. And ever since then, like, this knee has just sucked dick. So anytime that I see anything that has to do with fucking leg shit, I get all fucked up. And there he goes, like, fucking officially not a Sawyer. I thought he would be, but no. But no, I wanted him to be. I wanted him to be. And just bashing his head in. So good. So good. I don't understand why people hated this movie the way that they're saying that they hated it. Like, what they were expecting, I don't know. But Leatherface is nice and brutal. Like, this fucking... anytime you get a head caving scene with a mallet like that, like, that's enjoyable. Sally coming on the scene. It's a little too late. Wearing a dumb hat like she's fucking McCready in The Thing. And to be fair, it's not that I hate Sally. Let me, like, fucking clear up my language here. I don't hate Sally. It's just she is not her own character. It doesn't feel like the Sally from the first movie evolved into this Sally. Like, fucking Laurie Strode turned into Laurie Strode because of the many adventures and encounters that we saw her go through with Michael Myers for her to turn out that way. Sally, like, fucking, she could have still had a normal life. The fact that she just dedicated her life to fucking, like, waiting for the day that Leatherface will come back, it just doesn't make sense for this character. I think I would have empathized a lot more with Sally if she was afraid of going into this situation and there was some kind of trauma that she's been living with. Like, fucking, this is not the Sally Hardesty that I thought that we were gonna get. This chick is so light on her feet. It is, she's like a cat. Like I wouldn't have tried to pull some shit like that, and it didn't even work. He was standing right there. Got it going. Got it happening. This is another, like, really fucking just a cool scene. Like, I liked seeing him, like, rip through the floorboards and fucking her underneath the house. This is rad. I know we got this scene in the trailer, but, like, in the movie, I think it's still impactful. And this is on a second viewing. I still think that this is really good. It looks good. The lighting's great. Just the little cracks of light on her face. This is fun. Ugh! There's that phallic, that penis-like fucking saw just jawsing its way through the floor. So good. And just oodles and noodles of fucking shit in her hair. Like, add insult to injury, why don't you? Just fucking, she's running away for her life. There's a fucking chainsaw, and now she's covered in shit. Like, just, what a whack night. It's raining outside. Maybe that'll help, you know, fucking deviate from the shit. The point is, like, you know she's uncomfortable. And then, of course, look at all these people. Like, what a perfect euphemism that, like, within a bubble, like, people are just happy and doing their own shit, but outside of the bubble, there's chaos and fucking murder and crazy shit. Like, what a beautiful, beautiful little tip of the hat to how our society works. Love that. Just the subtle chainsaw on the back. You know something happened to him. And then boom, just throwing that head. Ugh, so good. I mean, I think this is the peak of this movie for sure. This bus scene and what's about to go down is just, mwah. Do it. Say the line. Say the fucking line.
Try anything to cancel, bro.
It's so ridiculous that we think that phones are something that can protect you from a fucking maniac with a chainsaw. Like, I love that all these people took out their phone thinking that would protect them, and he just lays waste. This scene has so many dope kills in it. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, let's just enjoy. Right through the back. Fuck you. Yeah, finish the job. Just, to the top. Make it drop. Just. And then look at him just scrambling. She should have been up next. Like, he should have just, lucky dude, drew the, and then to the side. Yes. And we get those flashbacks, right, to the fucking, just throwing legs. Like, this scene is so fun. Like, if you are a fucking horror fanatic and you just love just fucking gratuitous violence like this scene is it. Yes, this is one of my favorites of the bus. That fucking on the ground, fucking chainsaw through. But our girl is about to get got here in just a bit. Her, who I thought was gonna make it, and she gets got good. I respect baby girl for trying. Unfortunately, that is what happens to her, but I do respect her for trying. Look at her guts just coming out the fucking window. Like, this film has so many little touches like that I really enjoy. I'm sure someone out there is gonna make a fucking, like, case for the chainsaw being like his dick in the same way the driller killer's fucking drill is a euphemism for a penis. Like, I'm sure that video's out there are being worked on, like, right now. Alright, what I will say for Sally is that she's a cold bitch. Like, Lori, I can't imagine would do some shit like this. Fucking calling them bait and shit. Like, I just don't see Lori doing that. Lori would go out on her own and shit. She likes to protect people around her and shit. Sally doesn't give a fuck. Also, like, maybe it's an actress thing. Maybe I just don't like this actress for Sally. Maybe it could have been anyone else and I would have really liked Sally. I just don't believe this to be Sally, and I think that's part of the problem. And then this is where she fucked up. She should have just blasted a hole in the back of his head. Right there. She wanted to have her big hero moment conversation, fucking evil villain talk thing, and she fucked herself. If she just pulled the fucking trigger right here, right now, fucking everything would have been alright. Leatherface looks fucking great in this scene, though. Like, fucking just the blood head to toe from just the massacre that he pulled off on that bus. He looks awesome in this scene. He's not gonna say your name, you dumb bitch. I love this. This just, it looks like he's just playing with his food, fucking going around that window. It's fun.
Remember me now? I'm the one that got away, and I'm here to make sure you don't.
It's just cringy. Where I should feel so jazzed. It's just cringe. I'm the one that got away. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, all the shit that I'm talking about, Sally, like, no one wants to see anyone getting got by a chainsaw and shit, so this is still rough. Just brought her back to kill her. They gave us a lame Sally, and then they did nothing with her. Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk. Like, fucking get the fuck out of it. I'm clearly fucked. I will say, like, I wasn't crazy about Leatherface and Leatherface's look, but the more bloody he is and the more, like, fucking, you know, like, worn he looks, the more I do like the look of this Leatherface. He'll never stop haunting you, but he will stop hunting you, is I think what we've learned from old Sally here. Because, like, she wasn't in any danger in these last, like, 50 years, right? Like, there wasn't... He kind of just let her go after a while. I do wonder if people would have enjoyed this a lot more if it had come out in theaters instead of going straight to Netflix. I feel like people don't value the streaming movies as much. I mean, that's been going on since straight to video, right? So good. So good. That just out of fucking nowhere, the tackle. Great. Also, there's like a part of me that feels like this should have killed Leatherface. Like, I just don't see him as a very good swimmer. He's like Jason in my brain. That motherfucker is anything but buoyant. He will sink. I love that in this movie we see Leatherface throw his chainsaw so often. He's done it in other movies, of course, but like in this one, there's something really effective about it. I want to see, like, fucking fan art of that shot of, like, Mel with the chainsaw and Lila with the fucking shotgun. That's so good. Yeah, see, like, fucking, I believe that these two are sisters. I like them together. I would have liked to see them in another movie together, like, fucking, where, like, Leatherface is after them again and shit. God knows if we'll even see the return of Lila, but, like, we'll see here. And then that's it. Great stinger ending here. Love it. Love it. Boom! Decapitation. She's done. Look what I got. It's your fucking sister. See you soon, bitch. Love it. Love that ending. And then we got the dance with a chainsaw. Gotta love it. There it is. There it is. And I fucking, like, look, I'm smiling. Like, I enjoy this ending quite a bit. And then this ending sequence with the chainsaw and the flashing, like, it's such a cool looking movie. And yeah, Fede Alvarez is the one that did it. That's right. Fucking so good. But let's go ahead and skip to the post-credit scene and, like, fucking just talk about that real quick. And then a beautiful little scene at the end here with Leatherface just hobbling his way back home to the fucking Sawyer household. Just Leatherface is home. Love it. I just fucking I couldn't have thought of a better way to fucking do that. So fun. So, alright, on a second viewing, did I enjoy it? Absolutely. I think you could see that while I was watching it. I was still enjoying it. It didn't sour for me. I still enjoyed kind of everything. There was some character stuff that I thought was lacking throughout the film, especially with Sally. Like, Sally is the biggest character flaw. The main, like, 2 out of the 4 main characters I didn't particularly connect with or care for. But the kills were there and the pacing was there, honestly. You're not bored through this film. It really kind of keeps you going. Leatherface was interesting, and, like, I know a lot of us were worried about old man Leatherface, but I kind of thought that he delivered. I enjoyed the shit out of that. I would even enjoy, like, a fucking another one. I want a sequel to this Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I would like to see a return of Lila's character. I really enjoyed Lila in this. And I do hope that enough people do like it, where, I mean, it's weird. We're so split. The horror community is always split on fucking big movies like this. People have expectations, so it is what it is. But I thought that was great. And if we do see a return of Leatherface and we see a return of Lila, I also would like to see the fucking Sawyers come back. For the love of God, give me the Leatherface's family. That's what it's about, right? Now, guys, of course, before I end this video, I'm going to open up a little wish list item that one of you were so kind to send to me. But I also really want to talk a little bit about the GoFundMe that I have going on right now to help me get better equipment to help my channel. I'm going to go into far more detail in a future video that's just all about my GoFundMe and why I need it, and take you behind the scenes to show you guys kind of what I've been struggling with. I really pull a rabbit out of my ass every single video to make it seem like it's not absolute shit that I'm dealing with. But if you want to hear a little bit more about that, please click the link in my bio to my GoFundMe and at least read about it. And if you can give anything at all to help me get to my goal, that would be a gigantic help. Today we got this guy from the wish list, so we're going to open this and then we're going to get out of here. Hopefully this one actually says something on the inside before I pull it out. Oh, there's a paper in here. Let's see if this has a name. This says, enjoy from Yahira. Boom. Okay. So Yahira, thank you for sending me the Psycho fucking 4-film collection. Look at that bad boy. Okay. That is just, whew. God. Yeah, I've wanted this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of Psycho 1, but Psycho 2 and 3 are fucking baller. Psycho 4, I get a little upset about. I think they could have done better. But ultimately, I do love the Psycho movies, so this is really, really cool. I love anytime that I can get a full collection and add that to my collection. That just feels great. So thank you so much, Yahira, for the Psycho box set. You rule. If you want to send me anything, a link to my wish list is down below. Please make sure you like the video. If you liked it, make sure your notification bell is on so that way you always know when I drop new stuff. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I know I'm giving you a lot of like, hey, do this and do that. But the truth is, like, if you really wanted to help me out, go to that GoFundMe. Don't sleep on that. And if you wanted to be friends and we're not friends on social media, I have a bunch of links to like my Instagram, a personal Discord that I have for Video Creep, and a bunch of other stuff in the description of this video. So the fun is not over. Go enjoy yourself. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, Video Creeps. Let me share all my pain.